I'm going to say it again. This is my opinion. Like there's a rise, there's a movement of manhood awakening. I respect that. However, once again, this is my humble opinion. The rise of the masculine that you're seeing, some people will judge it as toxic. I don't care. It's just surface. So get your money in order. Yeah, you should. Get your health in order. And when we're talking about health, we're talking about superficial muscle health and fitness health. Yeah, I ain't got no problem with that. Really, genuinely. And that's pretty much the extent of it. And have, quote unquote, a mission, which is make money, buy shit. And once again, I have no problem against that. All of that is literally the surface. I'm going to say it again. In case you didn't get it the 7th time I said it before, I got no problem with that. Except, here's the issue. This is the surface. What about this? And how much longer are we going to pretend that this doesn't exist? And how much longer you as a man are you going to pretend that your psyche isn't full of unconscious demons? Demons meaning everything that you don't know that lives inside of you. And how much longer are you try to squeeze yourself at the surface of yourself, at the surface of reality? And then when your life brings all kinds of problems, all kinds of symptoms is the word, are you going to continue to act like a victim of some kind of imaginary virus, some kind of imaginary disease, or this and that, and transform this into a righteous quest towards, I don't know what nonsense? At what point are you going to realize that there is more to life than this? And that's my question to men out there. Very few people want to deal with this. We've covered this before. I'm going to say it again. Very few people, you're scared. So explain to me, if your job as a man is to be a full man, how are you going to be full as a man if you have this much of a boner? Now, granted, this may be the most awesome this ever. Congratulations. That's never happened to me. Let's pretend once I had 20% in my exam, 10% in my exam. Hey, Dad, I got 10%. Yeah, that's you. But I got good 10%. I got them right. Yeah, what about all of that? So I don't know what world you live in, but fortunately for you, you've dismissed the 99% plus of your manhood, of your humanness. You've dismissed it. And squeeze yourself in this. And you've compensated with your big muscles, your jiu-jitsu rolling, your car or no car. And that's just a few of you, barely 20% of you. And the rest of you are so pathetic, you don't even have a surface to be proud of. So at what point are we going to have this conversation? Because ain't nobody want to have this conversation. I've gone over all that you can find in the Manosphere. It's always the same fucking nonsense. At what point are you going to have a conversation about actually like a human being in its totality? Without you shaking your pants or pretending that it doesn't exist because you can't read it in a scientific book, you fucking prick. And again, I'm going to reiterate this, and this is the last time I'm going to say this today. If you think for 1 minute that you can fool a woman, it shows to which extent you know nothing about women. And the woman will entertain whatever lie you tell yourself. She will entertain it because it makes you an easy prey. And she has all the right to attack you where you're unconscious. And that's what she's going to do. It's not mean. It's literally her nature. She's going to go where you're blind. And she's going to put her tentacles there and she's going to feed. And you're so stupid, you don't even know it's happening. But here you are, you're the man, because you can bench press 2 plates and a half, because you got a nice car or 2 or 4 or a 0 or a cool super bike, and you have money and you have purpose. Right. Your YouTube channel, purpose. With all due respect, I got nothing against that, but for the love of God, this is so shallow, it's ridiculous. And if you think that your little fucking sex can fulfill a woman, your little shit, that's all you got. You think you can fulfill a woman. Once again, it shows to which extent you know nothing of women. And how deep her majesty is. And you're an insult to yourself and to manhood, and you are by your very ignorance insulting the goddess, and this annoys me. And that's why I got to call you out, and that's why I'm going to tell you exactly what it is, and you're going to think I'm an idiot, and I most likely am, But nevertheless, what I'm saying is still the truth, and you know exactly what I'm saying. If your attention span can last longer than 40 seconds, you know exactly what I'm saying. You all know it. You all know it. You're just terrified of the psyche. You want nothing to do with it. So you squeeze yourself at the surface. Most of you can't even do that properly. Some of you can. Shout out to you. It changes nothing. There's 99% of you. You have not explored. When will you, and how do you think you're going to have a full erection if you're missing all of this of your erection? Explain this to me, please, sir. I know I'm just a fool. I know nothing. Please explain to me how you are going to bring it to her with just this. And then you wonder why women are never satisfied. Then you wonder why women cheat more than men. And you're going to have how many talks on YouTube? Statistics show that women initiate 90% of divorces. Yeah, if I was a woman, I'd divorce your ass too. I don't care how big your muscles are, I'd divorce you because you're so fucking boring. I'm going to tell you a side story. A couple of years ago, I was playing hockey. We're talking about 2-3 years ago, I forget. And I was in the locker room, minding my business, just dressing, right? It was a very particular scene, and I was in a particular mood, and it wasn't my team, it was another team. I was just like subbing or something like this. It's irrelevant, it's the details. And I was like just observing the scene for a moment. I was kind of like outside myself, kind of just watching the scene. And suddenly, and guys in locker rooms. And I thought to myself, if I was a woman, I would not be with any of these. They're all fucking brutes. Vulgar specimens. And just dumb. That's what I thought of all you. So don't wonder why she initiated divorce, because you're a loser. It doesn't matter how much money you got. It doesn't matter how big your dick is. It doesn't matter how many cars you have. None of that. You have no substance. She's going to get bored with you. She is bored with you. That's why she's going to cheat on you, because you're boring. Because you don't bring something new. Ain't nothing special about you. You ain't got dimension. I told you before. So, anyways, continue to whine and complain about girls and continue to try to manipulate them with your psyche and your game and your frame because you're the alpha male now and this and that. No. It doesn't matter how much you got frame or you believe you have frame. You don't have frame. That's the specimen of the female. She is the most sophisticated adversary. She is the mistress of the psyche. Whatever you want to see, she shows you. Don't you get it? So now you're under the impression you're the man. She got you. Because you are not sincere. You with yourself. You're not sincere. You don't do your homework. And you want to pretend that all this 99% psyche doesn't exist because it makes you uncomfortable. So therefore it doesn't exist. You squeeze yourself in the barely 1% and you make yourself the best that you can at that level. And that's going to satisfy a woman. Of course, right. That shows to which extent you know women. You know them very well, right. Yeah. And you're going to give her orgasms. Right. I wonder what kind of orgasms you give her. I'm going to tell you what kind of orgasms you give her. You rub the spot so much that the nervous system has no other option than to vomit. To protect itself from short-circuiting. In other words, you're raping the shit out of her. But we're not supposed to say that word, and it's going to be misconstrued by imbeciles. But I think you understand what I mean. Right. Anyways, somebody got to tell you. So I apparently am the designated driver. I took the keys to the truck. And here I am driving with my friends, the drunkards. And I'm taking, wow, you fucking moron. Let me tell you what I think. Okay. God bless you. Good luck. I wish you the best, man.